It started with a notification. I was lounging on the couch late at night, half watching TV, when my phone buzzed with a message from a WhatsApp group chat I didn't remember joining. The group was called Old Friends, and there were about 10 people in it. The weird thing was, I didn't recognize any of their numbers or names. The first message came from someone named Jake. Jake. Hey, anyone remember that trip to the lake? Good times. I furrowed my brow. I hadn't been to any lake with friends recently, certainly not with anyone named Jake. Thinking it was some mix-up, I ignored it. Maybe someone had added me by mistake. A few minutes later, another message popped up, this time from Becca. Becca. Yeah, I can't forget that night. Still gives me chills. Now I was curious. Were these people reminiscing about something that happened, or was this a prank? I decided to send a message, just to clarify. Me. Hey, I think I was added to the wrong group. I don't know any of you. For a few minutes the chat went silent. Then Jake replied. Jake. Oh, come on, don't be like that, Matt. You were there. You of all people should remember. My heart skipped a beat. My name is Matt. I quickly checked the chat info, thinking maybe it was a coincidence, but the number associated with my name was definitely mine. I hadn't shared my contact with anyone recently, let alone a group of strangers. I sent another message. Me. I'm serious. I don't know you guys. Maybe you have the wrong number. Becca. You don't remember the night at the lake, do you? A chill ran down my spine. I hadn't been to a lake recently, but now they were talking like they knew me. Like we'd met before. I was about to leave the group when another message came through, this time from someone named Chris. Chris. It's not that he doesn't remember. He's just choosing to forget. Now I was officially freaked out. My thumb hovered over the exit group button, but I hesitated. My curiosity got the better of me. Me. What do you mean? There was a pause. The typing indicator appeared, disappeared, and then Jake responded. Jake. Come on, Matt. You can't forget what happened to Emily. I dropped my phone. Emily. That was my sister's name. She died 3 years ago in a car accident. There was no way these people knew about that. Shaking, I picked the phone back up. Me. What the hell is this? How do you know about Emily? This time, there was no immediate response. The chat stayed quiet for what felt like an eternity. I was about to leave the group for good, when Becca finally sent a message. Becca, you didn't tell anyone what really happened, did you? My pulse quickened. No one knew about that night, at least not the truth. The accident was officially labeled a tragedy, and I was never held responsible. But there were things I hadn't told anyone, things I had tried to bury deep down. I typed frantically. Me. What are you talking about? Who are you? Another pause. Then Chris replied. Chris. We know what happened at the lake, Matt. We were there. You can't run from it forever. My hands were shaking now. I hadn't been to any lake with Emily, but my mind raced. What were they talking about? Were they trying to mess with me? Or was this some kind of sick game? Then, out of nowhere, a photo appeared in the group chat. It was blurry, but I recognized the location immediately. It was the woods near my house, a secluded area Emily and I used to explore when we were kids. In the photo, there was a figure standing by the lake, looking down at the water. The figure was Emily. I froze. The picture looked old, taken years ago, but the sight of her standing there was too real, too vivid. Me. Who are you? Where did you get that picture? The next message sent a jolt of terror through me. Jake. It's not a picture, Matt. It's live. My blood ran cold. I stared at the photo again, and that's when I noticed it. The slight ripple in the water, the movement in the trees. It wasn't a photo. It was a live feed. I bolted to the window, pulling the curtains back. The woods behind my house were barely visible in the dark, but I could make out the faint outline of the trees. I grabbed my phone again, my breath shallow. Me. What do you want? No one replied. Instead, another live feed appeared. This one showed the path leading to my house from the woods. I could see someone walking toward the camera, their figure barely discernible in the dark. My heart pounded as I watched the person grow closer, their pace slow but deliberate. Then, a final message popped up. Becca. She's coming for you. I didn't wait for anything else. I grabbed my keys, bolted out of the house, and sped away in my car, leaving the dark woods and that terrifying group chat behind. But as I drove, another notification buzzed on my phone. Jake, you can't run forever, Matt. It was late, and I was exhausted. I had just finished a long shift at work and was lying in bed, half asleep, when my phone buzzed with a WhatsApp notification. I almost ignored it, figuring it was just some spam message, but curiosity got the best of me. It was from a number I didn't recognize. The message read, unknown. Hey, is this James? I need to talk to you. I stared at the message, confused. My name isn't James, so I figured it was a wrong number. I replied, me. Sorry, you've got the wrong number. A few minutes passed, and then the person replied, unknown. No, I'm pretty sure this is James. You remember me, right? Now I was starting to feel a little uneasy. I replied again, more firmly this time. Me. I'm not James. You must have the wrong number. I put my phone down, thinking that would be the end of it. But just as I was about to drift off to sleep, my phone buzzed again. Another message. Unknown. It's been a long time, James. Don't you remember what happened? Now I was getting irritated. It was clearly some sort of prank, and I wasn't in the mood for it. I started typing out a response, ready to block the number afterward, when another message came through. Unknown. Check your closet. I froze. My heart skipped a beat, and I glanced toward the closet across the room. It was closed, as always. My fingers hovered over the screen. Was this just a sick joke, or was someone actually watching me? I typed back quickly. Me. Who is this? Stop messing with me. No response for a minute. Then another message appeared. Unknown. Open the closet, James. I'm waiting. I sat up in bed, every muscle tense. My bedroom was dark, the only light coming from my phone's screen. I knew it was probably just a prank, but the thought of opening that closet door made my stomach churn. What if there was something? No, someone inside. I stared at the door, willing myself to get up and check, to prove to myself it was just a joke. But I couldn't move. My phone buzzed again. Unknown. Don't make me come out. That was enough. I grabbed my phone, shot out of bed, and bolted out of my room. I ran to the living room and turned on every light I could find, my heart pounding in my chest. I paced around for a few minutes, trying to calm myself down. It had to be a prank. Someone had gotten my number by mistake, and they were trying to freak me out. I would block the number, forget about it, and go back to bed. Just as I picked up my phone to block the unknown contact, another message came through. Unknown. Why did you leave the room, James? My blood went cold. There was no way someone could have known I left the room. My apartment was on the 3rd floor, and the windows were all locked. There were no cameras, no way anyone could see me. Shaking, I typed back. Me. Who the hell are you? How do you know what I'm doing? I watched the typing indicator appear and disappear for a few moments before the response came. Unknown. Come back to the room, James. Let's talk. I wasn't sure what to do. My first instinct was to call the police, but what would I say? That someone was sending me creepy messages? They'd laugh it off, tell me it was a prank, and move on. But it didn't feel like a prank. It felt personal. I took a deep breath and crept back toward my bedroom, my phone in hand. I stood outside the door, listening. Everything was silent. Slowly, I reached for the doorknob and turned it, pushing the door open just enough to peek inside. Nothing. The room was exactly as I had left it. The closet door was still closed, the bed undisturbed. I stepped inside, my eyes never leaving the closet. I reached for the handle and hesitated. My phone buzzed in my hand. Unknown. Don't open it, James. I yanked my hand back and stumbled away from the closet, my heart racing. This was too much. I grabbed my phone and typed as fast as I could. Me. What do you want? Leave me alone. The reply was immediate. Unknown. You can't hide forever. I'll be seeing you soon. That was it. I blocked the number, threw my phone on the bed and ran out of the apartment. I didn't come back until the next morning, when the sunlight made everything seem less terrifying. I tried to convince myself it had all been a bad dream or a weird coincidence. But deep down, I knew someone was out there, watching, waiting, and they weren't finished with me yet. It was a quiet Friday night. I was lying in bed, scrolling through my phone, mindlessly flipping between apps. The house was dead silent, with only the soft hum of the ceiling fan above me. I was exhausted from work and ready to fall asleep when a WhatsApp notification popped up. Unknown number. Hey. I stared at the message for a moment. It was late, after midnight, and I didn't recognize the number, just a simple, hey. Normally, I'd ignore a message like this, but something about it made me pause. It felt off. Against my better judgment, I replied. Me. Who is this? I placed my phone down, expecting no immediate answer, but less than a minute later, it buzzed again. Unknown number. It's me. I frowned, confused. It's me wasn't helpful at all. I figured it was a wrong number, or maybe someone messing with me. Still, I typed back. Me. Sorry. I think you've got the wrong person. Who are you trying to reach? I waited. The screen remained silent for a few moments, and I was about to turn my phone off and call it a night when another message appeared. Unknown number. Check your photo gallery. My heart skipped a beat. My photo gallery. That was an unusual request, and it sent a chill down my spine. I hadn't taken any photos recently, and no one should have access to my phone. I hesitated but opened the gallery anyway. As I scrolled through, I saw a new photo. It hadn't been there before. My breath caught in my throat. The photo was of me, lying in bed, right now. It was taken from the corner of my room, capturing me in my current position, staring at my phone. My heart raced as I looked around the room, my pulse pounding in my ears. The room was empty. No one was there. I was alone. Or at least I thought I was. I quickly typed back. Me. Who are you? How did you take that picture? Seconds later, my phone buzzed. Unknown. Number. I'm closer than you think. Panic gripped me. What did they mean, closer than you think? Were they inside my house? My eyes darted to the bedroom door, which was slightly ajar. I grabbed my phone and quietly stepped out of bed, checking the hallway. Everything seemed normal, but my hands were trembling. I typed again, trying to keep my fear in check. Me. What do you want? The reply came immediately. Unknown number. Turn around. My stomach dropped. I didn't want to turn around. Every instinct in my body screamed at me not to, but I couldn't help it. Slowly, I turned, my eyes scanning the room. Nothing. There was no one there. I exhaled shakily, trying to convince myself it was a prank or a scam. But before I could relax, another notification came in. It wasn't a message this time. It was a new photo in my gallery. Another picture of me, taken from behind. I stared at the image, my heart hammering in my chest. It was a photo of me standing exactly as I was now, looking around the room. But in the corner of the picture, just barely visible in the shadows, was a figure. A dark silhouette, watching me. I dropped my phone, panic fully setting in. I ran to the front door, my hands fumbling with the lock, desperate to get out. The moment I stepped outside into the cool night air, I slammed the door behind me and called my friend Jake. Jake, I need you to come over. Someone's in my house. They've been sending me pictures. Of me. What? Are you sure? Did you see anyone? Jake asked, his voice groggy but concerned. No, but they've been texting me. Please, just hurry. I'm on my way. Stay outside. I stood on the porch, my eyes fixed on the front door, every shadow seeming to move. The street was empty, eerily quiet for this time of night. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. You're not safe out there either. My heart nearly stopped. I looked around, searching the darkness, half expecting to see someone lurking nearby. But the street was still, and nothing seemed out of place. Then, another message came in. Unknown number. Look behind you. My blood ran cold. Slowly I turned, terrified of what I might see. But there was no one. Just the empty street. Just the wind. I swallowed hard and called Jake again. Hurry up, man. This isn't funny. I'm turning onto your street now. I'll be there in a minute, Jake said. Relief flooded through me. I glanced down at my phone and saw another message. My heart sank. Unknown number. I see Jake. A new photo popped up in my gallery. This time, a picture of Jake's car pulling up in front of my house. Whoever this was, they were watching both of us. And they were close. I never found out who it was or how they did it. But I moved out of that house the very next day.